Hello everyone, it is AMSatellite and today I'm back with another League of Legends video. And in this video we're gonna use the replay functionality once again. Abusing this functionality because time is a valuable resource that I do not dispose of a lot because then I do not have a lot at my disposal because unfortunately university the university word pretty much sums it up. There's this exam that I have to deal with in a little bit. And today I'm actually showcasing this Garen versus Singed laning phase, which is really nice, and I am really happy about being able to showcase it because it's a very psychologically entertaining lane. Now, as you guys probably noticed, the Singed is about to walk through our jungle, and he's doing it because he wants to um, proxy the first wave, which is something that the good Singed, if the actual plural is called that. And also, as you can see, there's the Vi called Garen Lagan, which is actually weird, but well, whatever. So yeah, Singed is good. Singed do this because they don't want to deal with the people know that Singed is an early game. He's not a strong early game champ, so they tend to kind of basically, I don't know. People tend to bully the Singed. Like overall, when I am against the Singed, I try to bully him. Now, as you can see, I knew that he was gonna take aggro, and so I walked towards him, which is a big mistake. What I should have done, honestly, from the start, was try to control the minion wave here. Now, of course, I couldn't do much. He's gotten all of the creeps. I thought I had to actually use my Q because I didn't have enough AD, but at the end of the day, I did, sadly. So, as you can see, I'm gonna be failing. I failed 2 out of these last hits, which means that actually 3 because I don't know why, what distracted me. But I failed that. So as you can see, while he was farming the second creep wave, Lee Sin came in. I could have flashed and ignited, but at the end of the day, it would have been a bad call. Now this actually sets me back. Like, matter of fact, it sets me back quite a little bit. And the reason why this kind of screws me up in a way is that he not only does Singed have a huge gold advantage because he has he has 11 creeps and I only got 5, which is less than half. He actually has a big XP advantage because I wasted time trying to get him rather than farming under turret, which would have been the more productive choice, and I actually get screwed up. And you guys know I have issues farming, so now I'm actually zoned because he came back with Dark Seal, which kind of boosts his damage up by a little bit. And as you can see, I'm taking a lot of damage because he has that fire touch and that kind of stuff. And also the mid lane is going to do not so great of a job. Now this is actually a very big deal. He's wasting a lot of his mana, luckily, and that helps me because at the very least I don't have to worry about the mana sustain, and I can sustain a little bit better than he does thanks to my passive. So, you know, I started with this longsword 3 pots, so I'm trying to be conservative with the potions because I'm not tanky. And as you can see, he was starting to proxy again. Now, how to play this lane to actually outplay the Singed is a pretty big deal, because a good Singed player is not gonna let you outplay him in by definition. Like, he's not gonna make it easy. And as you can see, I got ganked, so I had to flash out. And yeah, I think I might die here. Not sure if they actually do the dive, but I think no, they actually don't do it. Luckily, because in this case, I think I would have probably just died without even grabbing the kill. That's likely what would have happened. So now I'm using both of my potions. Luckily, sustain is not a problem, and I can stay in lane. Now, actually, the one thing that you can do once you reach level 7, 8, 9, or 10 is you can outpush the Singed to cancel out his wave clear, which forces him not to proxy and stick to the lane, which is actually nice. It's not like you can kill him easily because it's Singed, so he's gonna get tanky. And, you know, that's a big problem. But overall, it's not too complex of a lane. Like, you just pretty much just gotta outscale the Singed, which is totally possible to do. Like, as you can see, he came back with the Sapphire Crystal, which is very nice for his mana sustainability, kinda, because he has a lot of base mana regen as well. So Well, so actually, now once I get back to lane, you guys are gonna see me starting to kind of outplay the Singed, because I have played this lane a lot of times. This is totally not the first time I played lane. As you can see, I bought boots because boots are the golden buy in this lane. Like, once you get your hands on some more mobility, you can actually outmaneuver the Singed and avoid his damage and prevent him from being able to run away from you if he should he get a big advantage that you wanna cancel out. I can't actually see what level he is until we see him again. Well, that's weird. They should actually include that in the scoreboard. Now, as you can see, when it comes to gold advantage, the teams were relatively even. Like, nothing too special is going on in the rest of the lanes, and I wouldn't really call this game a game in which you see who has the advantage. But as you can see, he's tankier than me, he wave clears faster than me, and I can't compare. Now, as you can see, he starts dancing, and what I'm gonna do here is actually pretty good. So I'm actually roaming around the minions, taking a lot of minion damage, but I'm preventing him from proxying. So my wave gets here, and I can actually get out. Alright, so actually, he actually stands there for a second. I don't think it's because he was, stunned at my play, but I actually prevented him from being able to actually output and do what he has to do. So now once the lane pushes to my here, he has no more mana, so he can't proxy. So like, we cancel out his proxy on a first account, and now this actually passively cancels it again. We stop his recall because he has no mana. We want him to stay when he has no mana because he's unable to do any damage. And my ult and ignite are up, so I'm gonna actually make a play to try and kill him. I think I can actually manage to kill him here because I've got he's isolated. I thought he was getting ganked because he turned around on me without any mana, so I thought maybe he's gonna get help. And as you can see, the reason why I'm tanking the minions, which is something that I normally wouldn't do, and I use my potion to sustain it all back up, is because he has I don't want him to be able to out-push me too hard, so I'm actually trying to just push the wave. But as you can see, I'm struggling because I have no damage, I have no AD, I don't have any wave clear because my E doesn't spin fast enough, and I'm just forced to actually retreat to the turret and go back. But there, I actually negated him the possibility to actually proxy a little more. As you can see, he's trying to psychologically BM me, but I don't give a shit because he's a bullshit champ. I mean, Singed will never do what Garen does anyway, so I don't have to worry about that. And as you can see, even though I am one level behind and he actually has one more back, which means that he has our Catalyst the Protector, which is a big item when compared to what I have, I'm actually trying to get back. Now, I'm actually managing to hold myself up, which is very nice. I'm actually farming relatively well. Now, as you can see here, he took a tower shot there for free, which is a big deal. That tower shot really sets him back because now I can actually make a play to kill him. Like, not right now, but in a little bit, because he's running out of mana alright as well, because, he converts the damage he takes into mana, and, that's not really... And as you can see, the QE split, it's serving its purpose there, because my Q lasts longer than he's used to, and I'm actually able to tweak him around. Now, as you can see, we're outputting the maximum output of damage, and he's gonna get wrecked by that. So as you can see, he started getting a little cocky with his advantage, and we punished him for that. Now, as you can see, I'm not trying to make you guys buy that this Singed was the best Singed ever, but it was definitely one of the better ones I've played against, because he had an early game advantage that he tried to abuse, which is fair. Now, as you can see, I knew Vi was mid lane. Vi was camping the mid lane very hard in this game, so I'm actually just pushing the lane, and then I'm gonna go back because I know Singed doesn't have his TP. We missed the kind of mini here because it's what I do normally. So I actually go in to get another wave, because when you are against Singed, you take no risks. You try to get as many minions, friendly minions as you can, because that's the only way that's gonna slow him down. He's still gonna push you into your turret because he has more wave clear than you can possibly have, and you can never hope to actually get him out, to actually get him out of the lane, because he's lane bully there, But now I have gotten level 8. Now, actually, let me just say that, as you can see, in the bottom right, I'm actually spending 3 points here and 3 points there, so we are using the QE split against Singed. You could think of maxing E for better wave clear. You can actually use that for better wave clear, and it's not a bad call against Singed. But you know, I'm an experienced player, and I do not give. I'd rather not give up kill potential, which is why I'm using Q, so I can actually have be a little more sticky, and still be a pretty big problem to the Singed. So we're gonna try to. I'm gonna try. I was trying to make it count, and as you can see, I asked Lee Sin to protect my turret because, you know, Singed was already pushing it in, and I didn't want it to lose too much HP because it's already, you know, Singed actually already output a lot of damage on my turret. Like, if you guys check this out, the turret has 2,300 health against the 2,900 health, which his turret has, which is clearly a signal that he has an advantage in lane. But now if you compare the gold, like the gold I have and the gold he has, I would dare say that actually the Singed actually has less gold than me. Now as you can see, he's ganking the mid lane, which I'm not doing. I'm spending my time to try and outpush, and luckily the Cassio gets out, but unfortunately feeds a kill and a blue buff to the Singed, which is actually a big deal. So here you see a mistake I did. I should have followed the Singed, because what this does to me, for them, and for them, is that Singed gets a blue buff. So once he comes back to the top lane, he's gonna be able to really be a problem, you know. So as you can see, like, I'm trying to push, and that's not a bad call overall. Like, it is what you're supposed to do anyway. Alright, when the enemy isn't in lane and you don't have TP or any mobility. But you know, in this situation, you don't wanna do that. You don't wanna push that, because unfortunately the Singed was actually capable of you know, getting a kill and a blue buff. So what happens there? And I don't know why the hell the camera keeps getting me out. Alright, finally. This is weird camera controls. But like, now he has an advantage because the blue buff allows him to push the wave forever, like more than he normally does, because he can perma push it. Now as you can see, I'm working on a black cleaver because they have Singed and they have a Vi, and you know, they are tanky, you know. Singed is a full tank. Vi's not a full tank, but she's tanky as an off tank. So as you can see there, I was focusing on the minion and the farm, so I actually took a lot of free damage. But it didn't necessarily have to be a huge issue, luckily, because I'm tanky. I'm tanky enough. Like, if Singed doesn't build AP, doesn't go for Riley's first item, I don't have to worry about damage too much. But in this case, but I'm still zoned, because if I get hit by the poison, my passive gets off for such a long time. Sadly, he actually manages to pull me up there, and you know, I have to actually go back because I've taken too much damage. But then I see that he's pushing and that he's starting to get low. Takes a free turret shot, which is a reason for me to actually think about going in easily, just like that. So like, that was a pretty damn fast kind of thought, because the second I see that he took a tower shot, I was actually sure that it was time to go in, because it's like free damage that he can't counter. So like, I'm actually here, what I'm doing here is a very fine job about playing him when it comes to exploiting his mistakes. And also, one important factor was the early game choices that I've made, like the decision to actually outmaneuver the minion wave so that I could, you know, not let him push and that kind of stuff. And as you can see, I'm getting ganked by, I could have gotten ganked by Lee Sin, but with no ult, with no ignite, with no flash, and low health, it's not worth, because by the time we actually get to the Singed, we're both dead to the DOTs. So yeah, the red team gets Dragon. They have a slight, ever so slight gold advantage, but it's a very small, you know, it's a very small amount, and we can catch back very quickly. And as you can see, the Singed is damaging my turret up there, but I'm gonna get there back there in time to sort of stop him from doing that. And I'm getting ganked by Lee Sin. Now this is a proper time for a Lee Sin gank, because I have because I don't have any kill potential, because I'm low, like when it comes to kill potential with no ignite and no ult, but I do have a lot of stuff going on. Now as you can see, the ghost is really big, so we can't really compare to that. Any BMs Lee Sin, I don't mind, because this sets up far on the same situation, far from being the same situation, because I have health sustain, and he doesn't have the same health sustain. He needs to he uses his Q, which is a big mana consuming skill, and I have my ult coming back up in 10 seconds, and only health sustain, which gets empowered by my new passive. You know, level 11 gets you much more health sustain, and as you can see, my health bar is filling up quickly. There's gonna be a couple of moments in which me and Singed actually communicate in chat. You guys can't see the chat, unfortunately, even though if I press C, you can only see the pings, not the chat messages. But there's a couple of moments during the game in which me and Singed actually talk, and we actually start dancing in the middle of top lane without even giving a shit, because that's how it works. Like, we both enjoyed playing the lane overall, and I actually enjoyed myself a lot because this lane kind of portrayed me being able to do something proper, you know, to actually be able to outplay the opponent and not allow him to bully me down. Now, as you can see, by now, I have more wave clear, and my wave clear doesn't cost me any mana, so I can just push the lane forever as much as he does, but more, because I don't pay any mana for that, you know, I don't have to pay mana to push the lane. I just press E, and now he gets the villain. So once I see this, once he gets the villain, and he got the villain because he had killed Cassiopeia earlier, as you can see, I pushed the wave much faster than he does. And, you know, it's just... Now I've just completely outscaled him, and the game gives me a free lead due to the villain mechanics. So as you can see, I'm actually able to dive. Wait for my ignite out because I didn't have it. So as soon as I got ignite, I use it and I actually dive. And that's really, really, really easy. Now the BM might look like we're both tilted, but it's not true. We were talking in chat and having a lot of fun, and as you will see very soon, we will start dancing in the top lane. So this game, the reason why I really wanted to show it, it's not just because of the score I have, which is a good score. You know, I'm 3-0 right now. I'm gonna die only once, and it's the end of the game when I die with fountain. So you could call this a flawless game, but it wasn't. It ended up not being a flawless game because I'm dumb. But like, you know, not just for the score, because it is a good game. I played a good game, you know, but the rest of my team did as well. So it's not like I carried this game so hard. It was an overall very good game that was worth showing. But the reason why I love this game is because the lane was rough, but I still managed to actually do better than the Singed. Now I should have a full black cleaver by now, yeah. And I'm gonna work on the Yomus because we still do have a lot of lethality. So wonder if I can actually. Alright, so you can see. So I actually brought that up to the kill some actually. Sorry, I'm gonna go back there. I'm sorry about that. Shouldn't have done that. So yeah, I'm just gonna. I flashed from the Lucian because it's an easy. On the vibe, it's an easy kill. It's actually a kill steal. Like, it is a kill steal, but you know, I didn't have to. Sorry about that. So, life steal, armor penetration. It's still called armor pen, but it's not armor pen. So we have 33 lethality, which is pretty damn good, you know. So if you stack up the lethality with the black cleaver, I reduce singed armor to the point where lethality actually becomes a factor. So it is one of those cases in which stacking up two things is not a bad call. I got my ult again, and I push waves faster than him. I just did that because I wanted to show him that I'm faster, which is something that he's gotta be envious of, because the difference between us is that I pay no mana for anything. I can just push this entire wave into his turret quickly, effectively, and I don't spend any resources for it. Barely my health, not even my health, because with my level 11 passive, I can just tank the minions forever. You know, I don't give a shit about the minions, because especially once I'm gonna get some armor, it's gonna be even more impossible. And I was like, you know, come dance with me, because I'm not gonna hit you. And then I start pushing the wave as well. So we both push the wave, except as you can see, I did that much faster than he did, which is proof of which is real proof. And as you can see, this is just a top lane game, being both of us being dumb. My friend Iluk, who was Desire support, we were playing together, we were pre-made, was like, so this is what you do to carry games, and this is how you got into Platinum 1, huh? And I was like, yeah, exactly. No, actually. And this is amazing. As soon as I see her setting up that, I just press Q, silence her, so she stops the channel and she can't use it. And this red buff is now mine, so that was damn good. I like that. I like when I actually managed to do that, because the Vi needs to charge it up before she can actually get past the wall. You know, it needs to gain range. I don't know if she already had enough range by then, but let's assume she didn't, because I don't see any reason for her not to do that, like if she had. And as you can see now, I got my 2 damage items. I have attack damage. I have 237 attack damage, which is a lot, and 43 lethality, which is a big deal because by level 13 this actually counts as 38, 35, 36, something like that, something along those lines, which is very, very good. Don't get me wrong, I still do take a lot of damage from Singed, but due to my W scalings and my mercs that I built, oh, oops, not wrong button, and the mercs that I built, you know, I actually take less damage. I'm actually tanky. 124 MR is good for not having any resistances items other than boots. But yeah, as you can see, like, by now, there's nothing anyone can do to stop me, because Singed might be tanky, but his damage output is nothing that concerns me, and my damage output does concern him, because I have armor reduction, and I apply that very fast, because I spin 9 times. And also, you know, my lethality becomes way stronger as his armor decreases, and that applies to pretty much anyone. I'm not sure why I got stuck there, but... So, yeah, it's pretty much... The early game is actually rough, especially if you make the mistake of actually going for the Singe rather than the minions. Oh, right, we were talking about the pool. It was like, your Q removes the slow from my pool, and I was like, no, it does not. It only removes it once I get out. So, you know, the pool slow actually lingers for a little while, and as you can see, I'm actually dealing damage, because I reduce his armor, and when it gets reduced, once it's reduced, my lethality gets bigger and bigger, and I really, you can really see the increase in ticks when it comes to damage from my E, which is very, very nice. So yeah, it's just how it works. So basically, once you get out of the pool, you can Q and get rid of the slow, but you know, before then, even if you Q, the slow just refreshes, similarly to what the Echo Q does, which is very annoying. So as you can see, Singe was starting to like walk away from me, and you know that a Singe is having issues when he has to leave lane because he's getting outpushed. Like when that happens, you can figure out on your own that the Singe is having issues, that the enemy he's facing is actually better than him because he can control waves better. Now as you can see, I'm just gonna walk under the turret and get some pressure going on, getting killed easily, and I'm actually gonna kill the guy as well, right there. Easy double kills. And walk away. My friend was actually tanking the turret to actually help me get out, but it wasn't really necessary because I do have 117 armor, which is a lot. Because you guys know that we take scaling armor in the lethality rune page. It's something we do because we have a lot of mastery with Garen. We don't need the early help to win the trades, so we actually start with armor really similar to the base one, just 2 more armor, and bank in on the late game, which is actually very, very nice overall. So yeah, but yeah, by now I'm 7-0, and I'm gonna get a few more kills. And what I'm building right now is a ZZ Rod. I'm working on a ZZ Rod. You guys might be wondering, wait, you only have almost have 2k health, but you actually have less. So you guys might be wondering, why don't you build, you know, a Deadman's, you know, to sort of go on par with the Singe and move speed. And I don't, apart from the fact the ZZ Rod actually allows me to go on par and actually over his move speed when I'm near turrets, because it just builds up. But apart from that, you can actually, you know, it's just, and that's a pretty sad fail. Like, I thought I was actually gonna do more damage with that auto attack, but it actually gets him out of the way so that they lose all of the front line. They lost their front line there because Vi was top lane, and then the Ezreal actually managed to kill him. And as you can see, the damage is crazy. Like, you gotta add up to the true damage. You gotta add up the lethality, which is a pretty big deal, and the move speed I get from the Yomus, I think I actually killed her. No, I don't. She lives with just a sliver of health. I was actually trying to chase, but then I was like, you know, she's back, she's gone. I can't take it down. But yeah, it's good to build a ZZ Rod in this case, because not only do you indeed get some move speed, it's not the same as a Deadman's Blade, mind you, it doesn't work in the jungle, but we have a lot of move speed via runes and masteries. And yeah, this is gonna be pretty cool. She knows I'm there, but I'm still not gonna mind. And I actually do get out, luckily. But the Ezreal dies for me, which is totally not worth. Like, I don't know why he's stuck so close to him. But yeah, he saved my life, so I owe him one. I gotta admit. And this gives me level 16 and the sustain that we all love. I shouldn't eat the plants, I know that, but you know, it's to just speed it up and be able to join the fight faster. And you guys are gonna see that it's actually useless because I recalled just a little bit afterwards. I thought they were actually gonna continue to push in the mid lane, that I could get a couple of picks, but nope. But like, yeah, ZZ Rod in this case is pretty good because you have Singed who's perma pushing. So if you get a ZZ Rod, you can place it behind one of the turrets that he can't destroy easily, and you get some more time. Singed is still faster, Singed still pushes faster, so you can't compare. But what you can do, and as you can see, I'm actually able to almost catch up to him, like almost. And instead I just stop and wave clear. He's faster than me, he has Ghost as well, there's nothing I can do, but then the Castillo comes, and this actually kills him because Castillo has a Rylays. He was actually taunting me. He was being like, "You can't catch me because I'm too fast," and then the Cassio's being like, "Yeah, what? Lol, what?" She just came for that reason. They all used their ultimates and mobility spells. Honestly, this is a bad call. You're not supposed to use three ults. Actually, two. Sorry, Cassio did not ult. You're not supposed to use 2 ults and summoners to kill a Singe. That's like the worst thing you can do. You are not supposed to do that. And as you can see, I don't give a shit about his ult. I get exhausted, but I don't give a shit about exhaust because I have true damage. And he just gets removed. Like, it was amazing. This is what I love about the armor pen build, is that you can go through exhaust with villains, and sometimes even when they're not the villain you can do that because you have so much. By the time you actually get exhausted, they already lost a lot of health, or they use it too early. Like, he used it too early. So the last 3 or 4 ticks of my did full damage, and that's so bad for him. Because you gotta calculate the true damage that you took. Because you can't reduce true damage, of course. And the fact that I'm tanky. I have 233 armor, which is 1 armor item and a chain vest. So it's pretty damn good. It's pretty damn good. This is a game that actually showcases how Garen can really fit in against many team compositions. Like in this situation, as you can see, they try to stop me, but they can't. And actually cancel out the move speed reduction of the smite with my Q. I actually get out because my team collapses on the enemies once they try to catch me, and it's just Garen fits against most team comps because there's always a way you can build him to sort of counter them. Like talk about the tankiness. You can actually build a Black Cleaver or a Mortal Reminder or bows if necessary. Like if doing damage is your only worrying, is the only thing you're worrying about, there's so many things you can tweak that out. You can get critical strike chance to boost your late game damage, or you can get some more armor pen via Black Cleaver and, you know, Last Whisper and the items to build out of that. And you can see I'm going to put this in with a huge nuke, because if I'm right, it doesn't have any magic at all. Like I would say it doesn't have, but whatever. So it's really good. Now I thought my teammates were gonna actually do that, but I get the shutdown like that, going into the fountain, diving the fountain like a noob I am. Like bullshit call right there. I could have gone flawless, but instead I died once. So I'm really bad. So. But yeah, as you can see, the psychological lane, guys, it's you can outplay the Singed in the early laning phase, and you have to put effort into that. But once you're done, once you're out of that area, once you're out of that very rough sort of spot, you're done. Lane is over. You out push, you out damage, you out trade, you kill. You're better. Garen is a better champion. That's all. And Garen can actually be a sponge and a distraction as much as Singed, because if you push top lane with a ZZ Rod, I bet you can bet your life that they're gonna come in as an army to kill you. So yeah, it's just worth. Alright? Let's call it a day. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.